All right, let us move on to another question from David.
Dear Andy, David from San Antonio checking in. My question is there a chance that the Texas defensive line, specifically the interior defensive line, is the best Alabama will face all season, up until potentially meeting Georgia and Atlanta? Bo Davis's group, led by Murphy and Sweat, Collins, Broughton, playing violent and disruptive. I think there's a good chance they're the best unit the Tide face all season. Maybe even better than that five-star group in A&M.
This is a great question. And what David asks is actually kind of the secret to if Texas can win this game, is if that group plays really well, it's going to disrupt what Alabama wants to do offensively, because Alabama wants to establish the run. They want you so scared of what they can do handing it to the backs or what Jalen Milroe can do running that it leaves guys open, that you dedicate so much resource to the run game that guys are open, and it makes it easy for Milroe to throw the ball. David's not wrong about the physical piece of this, because you just heard Jim Nagy talking about Alfred Collins. Alfred Collins is 6'5", 317. This is the only team in the Big 12 right now that has D linemen that really look the part. And so, like Brent Venables at Oklahoma, he's gotten body types like this over the last couple of years to try to, because that's what he wants to do. They have not gotten that truly special player. David Stone, who just committed to them, feels like that kind of player. Now, he's much higher rated as a recruit than these guys were, but these guys have come along. As Jim Nagy mentioned, they're all a little bit older. You know, Tavondre Sweat, Alfred Collins, they're older players. I believe both fourth-year players. Byron Murphy, I think, is another fourth-year player. Broughton's a junior. So they've got guys that have been developing for a while, but are the right size, the right speed, the right measurables for what Alabama is accustomed to seeing in the SEC, and what can challenge them in the SEC. I do appreciate with David's question that we've just moved past the point where anybody even questions whether anybody could possibly be better than Georgia on the defensive line. It's not even worth asking. You're like, no, until they play Georgia. But we can go through it. I mean, Arkansas is going to have a big physical defensive line, and Alabama's going to have to play them. LSU, when Mason Smith is back, Mason Smith and Mekhi Wingo is a pretty formidable interior D-line duo. But I would put this group with any of those. And I think there's a chance that this could be the difference in the game. And really, it's up to Alabama's interior offensive line to be able to handle this group, because if they can't, it's going to be tough sledding for Alabama's offense. So I am so excited to see this matchup. And I love that question from David, because we have not talked about that group very much with Texas for years. That's why people are so excited about Texas. Stuff like that. It's not, oh, they had a bunch of highly ranked recruits. It's on the offensive and defensive lines. It feels like they look the part now. And you ask an NFL person like a Jim Nagy, who's been a scout, who runs a game where they evaluate players, like that, they look like they're supposed to look now. And that was not the case before. Thank you so much for watching. Just a reminder, subscribe to this channel right here so you never miss an episode of Andy Staples on 3. And oh, by the way, watch all the other great videos on the On3 Sports YouTube channel.